to the channel. Today, we are bringing together 5 of the most compelling watches from across the spectrum of fine watchmaking. A lineup that spans Swiss precision, Japanese mastery, aviation heritage, and oceanic adventure. These are not watches chosen for their price tags or their status on the waiting list. These are watches chosen because each one represents something genuine. A story, a real purpose, and a level of craft that rewards the wearer every single time they glance at their wrist. Whether you're building a collection or simply searching for the one watch that will define your everyday life for decades to come, today's 5 references deserve your full attention. Let's get started. Number 5. Longines Legend Diver. The Longines Legend Diver is a masterclass in authentic revival. A watch that doesn't merely reference the past but reaches back into Longines' own archives and pulls out something genuinely worth celebrating. The original Legend Diver was produced in the 1960s and featured one of the most distinctive constructions in dive watch history, a double case system where an inner rotating bezel is sealed inside the outer case, protecting the bezel mechanism from water ingress while allowing the diver to track elapsed time underwater. That same architecture lives in the modern Legend Diver, giving it a mechanical depth and visual drama that flat bezel dive watches simply cannot match. The 42mm stainless steel case wears beautifully on the wrist, and the warm sunburst dial, available in rich teal, deep black, or sandy gray, has a vintage warmth that feels genuinely earned rather than artificially applied. Water-resistant to 300 meters with a helium escape valve, this is a fully functional professional dive watch as well as a piece of horological history. Number 4. Grand Seiko SBG V245. The Grand Seiko SBG V245 is the watch that converts skeptics into believers. And once it has converted you, there is no going back. Grand Seiko was established in 1960 with a single audacious mission: to make the most accurate, most beautifully finished wristwatch in the world. More than 6 decades later, that mission continues without compromise, and the SBG V245 is one of the clearest expressions of what it produces. Powered by Grand Seiko's 9F quartz caliber, widely regarded as the finest quartz movement ever engineered, the SBG V245 offers accuracy to within 10 seconds per year, an instant jumping seconds hand that snaps cleanly from position to position, and a date mechanism of extraordinary precision. But it is the dial and case finishing that stops people cold. The Zaratsu polished case surfaces are so perfectly flat and so deeply reflective that they appear almost two-dimensional, a level of hand polishing that Swiss manufacturers at twice the price rarely achieve. The dial captures the textures of the Japanese landscape: rippled water, forest snow, mountain ridgelines, rendered in lacquer and light in a way that changes completely depending on the angle and the quality of the light around you. Number 3. Breitling Navitimer 1 BO3. The Breitling Navitimer 1 BO3 is the most important pilot's watch ever made. And that is not hyperbole, it is history. When Breitling introduced the Navitimer in 1952, it was created in direct collaboration with the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association as a true onboard instrument for aviators. The circular slide rule bezel was not a decorative flourish. It was a working flight computer capable of calculating airspeed, fuel consumption, climb and descent rates, and flight time, all without electronics, all on the wrist. 70 years later, the Navitimer 1 BO3 keeps that tradition alive with a flyback chronograph complication, meaning the chronograph can be reset and restarted in a single pusher action rather than 3, critical in a cockpit environment where every second of attention matters. The 42mm stainless steel case maintains the proportions and visual complexity that have made the Navitimer one of the most recognized watch dials on Earth. A crowded, confident, purposeful landscape of scales, subdials, and numerals that reward study. Number 2. Omega Speedmaster 57. The Omega Speedmaster 57 is the purist's answer to a question that every Speedmaster collector eventually asks: what would the original look like if Omega built it today with everything they now know? The answer, it turns out, is magnificent. The 57 is a faithful recreation of the very first Speedmaster reference, the CK291 of 1957, reimagined with modern movement technology while preserving every design element that made the original so compelling. The 38.6mm case with its asymmetric pump pushers, the broad arrow hands, the alpha hands on the subdials, the flat bezel, and the narrow lugs are all here, faithful to the original in a way that goes far beyond surface-level tribute. But inside beats the coaxial caliber 9906, a modern, COSC-certified column wheel chronograph movement with a silicon balance spring, magnetic resistance beyond 15,000 Gauss, and a 55-hour power reserve. The Hesalite or sapphire crystal option lets the collector choose between period-correct authenticity and practical modernity. Number 1. IWC Pilot's Watch. Mark 20. The IWC Pilot's Watch Mark 20 takes the top spot on today's list, and it earns that position through one of the most compelling combinations of heritage, engineering, and value in Swiss watchmaking today. The Mark series began with IWC's wartime pilot watches of the 1940s, and every reference in the lineage since has carried forward the same fundamental values: absolute legibility under pressure, maximum reliability in the harshest conditions, and a design philosophy that puts function so far ahead of decoration that the result becomes its own kind of beauty. The Mark 20 wears its 40mm stainless steel case with the quiet authority of a watch that has nothing to prove and no interest in proving it. The matte black dial with its luminous Arabic numerals and large triangle at 12 o'clock can be read at a glance in any light condition: day, night, cockpit, or boardroom. The soft iron inner cage protecting the movement from magnetic fields is an IWC engineering signature that dates back decades and remains one of the most robust anti-magnetic solutions in production watchmaking today. Inside beats IWC's in-house caliber 32111 with a date function and an excellent 72-hour power reserve, enough to take off Friday morning and still be running accurately on Monday. The sapphire crystal, the screw-in crown, and the 100-meter water resistance round out a specification sheet that leaves no meaningful box unticked.